If you look around, what do you see? To some, it is merely a boxing gym with a ring built from the frame of a broke-down semi. But to others, it is home. Although already having produced 2 world champion boxers, in the small town of Garden City, Kansas, nobody gives you a shot. Being located 5 miles from the middle of nowhere, the ladder to success can seem more like a never-ending stairway. A stairway that Efrain Morales and Vargas are willing to take a shot at. Both of these fighters currently hold titles and are prime examples of greatness. In a town where the local paper doesn't even cover their fights, these warriors find a way to keep coming back to this very place day in and day out in hopes of moving up in rankings and hopefully obtaining a world title of their own. Both of these men are an inspiration to everybody striving to make it out of their small towns, out of their broken homes, and on to something truly great.
Tell us your name, who you are, and what you do.
I'm Efrain Morales from Garden City, Kansas. You know, the nickname is La Lagartija, the lizard. I'm a professional fighter or boxer. Mike Tyson said everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face, and it's true. Everyone has a plan until I hit him with that straight right hand. So my mom and dad are like the world to me, man. They have, you know, they're always on me about stuff. But if it wasn't for them, I honestly would not be where I'm at today. Without them, I could not have accomplished everything I have accomplished. You know, without them, I wouldn't have joined the Army. Without them, I wouldn't continue to box, you know. They push me, they tell me, okay, well, you don't want to go to school, then box. Then prove us wrong, you know. And they always told me, prove us wrong. Give us a reason on why we should believe in you. And then, you know, my dad started getting sick. When I was in 5th grade, my dad had cancer. You know, it was a scary, scary deal. And as I got older, you know, he shook that off. You know, thank God he survived cancer, you know. And then all medications that, you know, through the treatments and stuff, you know, made him real allergic, and he had an allergic reaction to medication. So my dad's always in and out of the doctors and on different medications and stuff. And you know, it's a scary thing because he works hard every day still.
Yeah. Feel free to grab. You want a soda too?
I'm chilling right now.
You can get whatever you want. It's fine.
We're Mexican, bro. ¿Me casa? It's tu casa.
Yeah. So this is where I grew up. This was the home. I mean, this made me a man. This place made me a man, you know, gave me a work ethic. I would mow this right here. The landowners would have me mow this, pay me 40 bucks. I was a little kid. 40 bucks, shit. Buy myself pizza, I go buy chips, toys. I was so happy. I mean, when I got older and like my dad started having cattle and stuff, I would raise it every summer. Save up my money and I'd buy a 4-wheeler, I'd buy something. So I'd go out, I mean the river's right there, I'd go ride all the time, you know. And then they saw me get a 4-wheeler. I remember my buddy bought a 4-wheeler after that, and then my neighbors, I had some neighbors have 4-wheelers, so we'd be out there all the time doing troublesome stuff.
Efraín es un poquito, como te dijera, como el estilo de mi chaval. Del estilo de plan mío. Hay días que tiene ganas de trinear y hay días como que se le afloja, pero pueda que llegue Efrain también. Tiene su mentalidad a que pueda hacer algo.
Oh man, there's so many battles you face. You face the anxiety, you face the nerves, you see the crowd, you see the people, you see the kids, you see everybody right there for you, and it's just you and that guy in that ring. No one else does a thing in there for you. You know, your coach is the back. They can tell you what to do, but at the end it's just you and him, and all those hours you put in the gym and have to pay off eventually, and it just comes down to who wants it more, who was more well prepared, and you know how bad you want it in here and in here. When I get in that ring, everybody cuts off. I put a barrier around everyone, just my coaches, a little bubble around there so I can hear them. And it's just me and him, and you know, I want to rip his heart out just as bad as he wants to rip mine out. You know, I see him as an obstacle in my way from what I want to achieve in life. I can't tell you I'm the best boxer, most technical fighter, but I always come to fight. And I bring a lot of power behind my hands. When I land shots, I feel that I do a lot of damage, and a lot of fighters end up respecting me. After the fight, you're carefree, you're so happy. It's like, it's an unbelievable feeling. It's one you have to experience. I'm not saying go out there and fight, but it's definitely an experience that I love so much, and that's why I keep coming back to it.
Nobody can take it away. Nobody can take it away but God, man. Vargas. I'm from Garden City, Kansas. I'm a professional fighter in the featherweight and super featherweight division.
When did you decide this was your passion? This is what you wanted to do and pursue 100%? When did it come? When did it turn from a hobby to something I want to live off of?
It was actually recently. It wasn't too long ago, actually, to be honest. I've always liked boxing. I always had a passion for it, but it was more recently that I've noticed a lot of people turning pro, and I knew I had the talent to do it as well, and I knew it was something that I loved to do. Boxing never left my life, you know. Even when I wasn't in the gym, I was always hitting the bag at home and stuff, so I knew I loved it, always watching it. So it was just seeing my friends turn pro and me not being able to turn pro with them due to other issues. A couple years later, then I decided just to do it. I just decided to get to it, man.
The main reason to
Why do I box?
Yeah. Why, bro? What is it?
To be honest, I box for my family. Just my nephews. All of them, letting them know that they can follow their dream regardless, bro, of whatever age they are. It don't matter, you know. That's why I fight, just for them, just so they can know that they can do something, you know. They can be something. Because when I was growing up, I didn't know I could turn pro, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't turn pro.
When did you make your pro debut?
January 7th, 2017, last year.
What age were you?
I was 27.
27. Would you consider that a little late? Or,
yeah. It's not normal. It's not normal, I'll tell you that. But I like it.
Would you consider yourself behind other fighters?
No. I feel like I feel, to be honest, I feel like I have the upper hand going into every fight, just because when a fighter turns pro at 17 and he fights 10 years, he's 27, he has a lot of damage on him already, you know? Me turning pro at 27, I'm like brand new, and I'm a grown man now. I have the strength, I have the power and the speed and everything. So I feel like it's a good advantage for me, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
I still have my brain cells, so
Yeah.
If I can make it at 27 years old, it'll give hope to all these other people that are older and they still want to continue and do their dream, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's never too late.
It's never too late, bro. Just the environment that you grow up in, you know, you don't understand a lot about what goes on behind other people's closed doors, you know?
Definitely.
So just there was a lot of anger in our house. So that was one of the main reasons why home wasn't that great. Being outside, fighting with my friends, playing with my friends, going to the gym, that was fun to us, you know. And I'm sure there are plenty of kids in that neighborhood that can relate to that, just because the neighborhood was your best neighborhood.
Who was that for you, Eric? Who you look up to? Who's your role model?
Well, growing up, I didn't really have a lot of role models, to be honest. It was, like I said, you fend for yourself, you know. Not a lot of people to look up to in the neighborhood, you know. Especially when you grow up around those type of people.
What kind of people?
Just hard neighborhood, bro. You know, you got your gangsters, you got, you know, people in the streets selling things. You know, I grew up without my dad, so I didn't have a dad to look up to as a role model either. My older brother was in gangs, so, and he would beat up on me, you know. It's hard, bro, to think of somebody to look up to be honest. But eventually, like I said, with time, wounds can heal. And eventually I did start looking up to people that I grew up with that changed their lives, you know? They changed their lives for the better, and it gave me hope that, you know, I can change too, you know? So nowadays, I look up to my older brother when I didn't, when I was little. Nowadays, he's my biggest inspiration. He's not a boxer, he's a family man. And that's what I like about it, man. That's what I like about him. He changed his life from being in the streets, selling drugs, doing drugs, beating up on people for no reason, to being one of the best dads there is, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, he's my inspiration now. I used to have a lot of fears. I used to fear, and that's what kept me from turning pro. I used to have a fear of losing in front of my people, you know. I used to have a fear of someone close dying to me, someone close dying, you know. I used to have a lot of fears, but with time, you learn, you know. And God actually took that fear from me. My God took that fear from me. I put God before everything now, even before boxing. If it wasn't for Him, you know, I wouldn't be able to box right now. I wouldn't have the talent, you know. I wouldn't have the knowledge. I wouldn't have any of that, because He feeds us with that. What does it feel like when I win? That's huge, bro. Probably the same feeling God feels when somebody turns to Him. It's huge, bro. It's just huge for me. Like when I win and all my family and friends are cheering me on, it's just, I'm so happy with just so much happiness bottled up in this little body, bro. And I want to share it with everybody, you know. I want to go around and just share it with everybody. It's hard to explain that feeling, bro. That's a different feeling. But that's what boxers strive for. That same feeling.
Yeah, you know,
What's the first thing you're gonna eat?
You know what? The first thing I'm gonna do tomorrow is go to church.
Oh, yeah?
Then after church, I'm gonna go straight to the buffets. I want to thank all you guys. Thank you guys. You chasing your dreams, I'm chasing mine, and I'm glad we can do it together. Yeah.
Thank you for supporting me always. I have many more to go. This is my first title, so thank you very much. Okay. Shout out to Forson's Automotive, great sponsor, and Pedal Car Productions. Thank you very much. I love everybody.